What's unfolding inside the Cleveland Browns organization right now isn't just another preseason storyline. It's the kind of slow-brewing storm that can change the direction of an entire franchise. Forget everything you think you know about quarterback competitions. This isn't about practice reps or who knows the playbook better or who graded out higher on some behind-the-scenes analytics spreadsheet. No, what's happening right now is a flat-out power struggle. On one side, head coach Kevin Stefanski, digging his heels in and protecting the guys he handpicked. On the other, a rookie named Sanders who hasn't just impressed, he's ignited a wildfire. Every throw, every snap, every ounce of swagger he's brought onto that field has given this tortured fan base something they haven't felt in a long time: hope. Before we go any deeper, I need to hear from you. Should Sanders be given the keys to this offense ASAP, or does Dillon Gabriel truly deserve another week in the fire? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you're subscribed, boom, you're automatically entered into the jersey giveaway I'm running up until the start of the season. Someone watching this right now is going to walk away with a free game day jersey. Get your comment in. Let your voice be heard. Now back to business, because what I saw after that last preseason loss shocked me. Kevin Stefanski, standing in front of the media lights, looked like he'd aged 10 years overnight.
He wasn't angry. He wasn't defensive. He was exhausted. Empty. That's what happens when the illusion finally cracks. Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback Stefanski has stood on the table for, defended, propped up, and force-fed to this fan base, choked again right on schedule. And for the first time, Stefanski stopped pretending. He flat-out admitted Gabriel's performance wasn't good enough. And then he said something even more damning. Gabriel made some of the worst decisions of the entire night. Translation: the head coach is out of excuses, and he knows it. Then came the back-breaking play. Picked off, and he's taking it all the way. Eagles' Andrew Makuba, that's a pick six. Right there, you could literally feel the winds change inside the stadium. The boos got louder, the chants for Sanders started pouring in. Because while Gabriel was stumbling over his own shoelaces, Sanders, even with handcuffs on when it comes to reps, has looked like a lightning bolt in shoulder pads. He's got poise, he's got timing, he's got that it factor. Gabriel, meanwhile, finished the night with no touchdowns, no spark, and no answers. Then walked up to the podium and acted like he just wrapped a Pro Bowl season. Even worse, he threw shade at Sanders for being more showman than grinder. Let me be crystal clear. That's not confidence. That's panic disguised as bravado. And Browns fans, they didn't just notice, they took names. G. Bush said Gabriel's comments were reckless, and he's right. But I'll go further. That interview might have ended his future in Cleveland. For someone who was marketed to us as a next-gen robot, a film junkie genius with Terminator-level processing, Gabriel played like a man who couldn't process anything except pressure. Instead of carving up the defense, he looked haunted, jumpy, rattled. And the worst mistake he made? He didn't lose to Sanders quietly. He started a war with Sanders' army, and that's an army that is only getting louder. But let's not pretend Gabriel is the real villain here. The true architect of this chaos is Kevin Stefanski himself. From day one of camp, the bias was obvious. Sanders could have thrown lasers blindfolded, and Stefanski still would have stuck him on scout team duty. Fans begged to see him with the starters. Stefanski smiled, nodded, and put Gabriel right back under center. After Sanders' sizzling preseason breakout, a performance that had analysts comparing his composure to guys already starting in the league, Stefanski went up to that podium and poured a giant bucket of ice water on the hype. His words? Safe. His tone? Robotic. His message? Simple. Not yet. Yeah, pleased with Sanders. Did some good things. Still a long way to go. We'll keep bringing him along. That's coach speak for bury him. Then the leaks started. Sources whispering that Stefanski doesn't plan on Sanders being a real part of the team's future at QB, no matter what he does. Think about that. You've got a fan base starving for change. You've got a rookie QB playing out of his mind, and the head coach is already moving chess pieces without him on the board.
If that doesn't feel like sabotage, what does? So here we are, standing at the edge of something massive.
If Stefanski keeps pretending everything is fine, if Gabriel keeps tanking on live TV, and Sanders keeps being treated like a side character instead of a savior, then this franchise is on a collision course with disaster. Because here's the truth the Browns have ignored for years. You don't get many chances to capture lightning in a bottle. When a young QB has the talent and the city in the palm of his hand, you do not let that go to waste. You ride that wave all the way to shore, or you drown watching somebody else do it. Right now, every warning light is blinking the same terrifying message. The Browns might lose the best thing they've had in decades. Not because he couldn't deliver, but because they were too stubborn to give him a chance. I've spent the entire preseason dissecting everything Kevin Stefanski has said and done. Every press conference, every snap, every sideline reaction. And the conclusion I keep coming back to is simple. This situation with Sanders was never about evaluating talent. It was about containing it. From the moment this kid stepped onto the field, he radiated the kind of electricity that makes front offices nervous and fan bases dangerously hopeful. His composure in the pocket looked veteran level. His ability to read the field and deliver pinpoint throws looked like someone who'd already earned their stripes. Most importantly, teammates responded to him. He made that offense believe. And just as the noise around him began to swell, just as the national media and fans started to say, "Hold on, this kid might actually be the one," suddenly, out of nowhere, he's on the injury report. Oblique strain, day to day, pulled from practice as a precaution. No video, no trainers running over, no clip of him grimacing, just a perfectly timed fade into the shadows, right before the Browns had to make very real depth chart decisions. Almost like the entire situation was engineered to cool him off, without ever admitting that's what was happening. Then Stephen A. Smith dropped the hammer and ripped the curtain clean off. He didn't dance around it, he called it exactly what it smelled like: a staged excuse, a smoke bomb. A calculated move to keep Sanders in the mix without actually allowing him to build a case that would make him unavoidable. Because let's be honest, had Sanders suited up again and delivered another lights-out performance like before, that QB1 talk wouldn't be speculation, it would be a demand. The fan base would have stormed the gates for it. This injury, whether real or exaggerated, conveniently removed him from that equation. No decisions, no accountability, just silence. Meanwhile, Stefanski rolled out the red carpet for Dillon Gabriel, made sure everyone knew this was his guy. He hyped him up publicly. He tailored the reps in his favor. He gave him every chance to prove he deserved the role. And in return, Gabriel gave him drives that moved like they were stuck in cement. He made safeties look like psychics. He threw the ball like he was afraid it might explode in his hands. 0 touchdowns, multiple turnovers, and somehow still stood at the podium afterward looking like a star in waiting. But fans aren't stupid, especially not in Cleveland. They didn't see a young quarterback earning the job. They saw a hand-picked placeholder blocking the rise of a better player. And that creates tension, not just in the locker room, but deep in the heart of a city that's tired of watching talent get wasted. Eventually, the cracks started to show. Reporters pressed Stefanski about Gabriel's repeated failures. They weren't accepting stock answers anymore. They wanted truth. And under that pressure, Stefanski finally slipped. He admitted Gabriel's turnovers were brutal. He admitted momentum was swinging the wrong way. And for the first time this preseason, you could almost see the doubt flicker behind his eyes. Like a man realizing that in trying to suppress Sanders, he might have sabotaged his own offense. Because Sanders isn't just talented, he's infectious. His energy changes things. His presence flips the temperature of the entire stadium. That isn't something you can bury. It's something you either embrace or eventually lose your job trying to control. So now we're standing on a razor's edge. The question is no longer, can Dillon Gabriel survive? It's, will Kevin Stefanski swallow his pride and unleash the player his fan base already believes in? Because Sanders has proven everything he needs to prove without even being given an honest chance. He's calm when chaos erupts. He's deadly accurate when the margin for error vanishes. And he's fearless
fearless when the bright lights hit and reputations are made. That's not coachable, that's not manufactured, that's rare. And if Stefanski wants to win games and win back a city that's dangerously close to turning on him, he's got one final move left on the board. Put Sanders back in the spotlight and let him show the world what he's already earned in silence. So now it's your turn to step in. Do you think Stefanski finally sees the writing on the wall and is ready to give Sanders a real shot? Or is this just another chapter in a calculated campaign to spin the narrative and protect his pride? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I promise I'm reading every single one of them. And hey, if you love raw, emotional, no-filter NFL storytelling like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this channel is just heating up. And trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next.